JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man killed in fiery crash during car race. Police say a man was killed in a motor vehicle crash, and 2 other people were injured during a street race last night on the Aunt Main Road in Lacovia, St. Elizabeth. The police named the deceased as 51-year-old Anthony Diaz. Reports are that about 11:40 p.m., Diaz was participating in a street race along with 2 occupants in a Nissan Sunny motor car. He lost control of the vehicle and crashed into an ackee tree. The car burst into flames. The 2 occupants were taken from the motor vehicle and rushed to hospital, where they have been admitted in serious but stable condition. Firefighters were called in to extinguish the blaze. Diaz's charred remains were later removed from the vehicle. Residents' mom as gunmen shoot 13-year-old girl and man. Residents of Cassava Peace in St. Andrew are remaining tight-lipped about a shooting incident in the Grant Lane area of the St. Andrew community on Thursday night, which left a 13-year-old girl and a man injured. According to Detective Inspector Karen Salmon of the Constant Spring Police Station, a group of people were playing dominoes about 9:15 p.m. when gunmen approached them and began firing shots wildly. She said that both victims were taken to hospital and their injuries were not considered serious. The injured man is believed to have been the intended target. Yesterday in the community, which is roughly 600 meters from the Constant Spring Police Station, residents refused to even acknowledge that a shooting had taken place. Someone said that the Community Safety and Security Branch of the St. Andrew North Police Division has been working to eliminate violence taking place in Cassava Peace and other areas. We have police presence, we have spot checks, we have snap raids, we have targeted operations, we have flag march, she said. Several service vehicles going through the areas, the various hotspots areas and other areas. We also have vehicle checkpoints. She noted that numerous youth-based and community-based interventions have taken place as well. We have an initiative for the last 3 weeks that was a new initiative where we have external persons come in, along with CSS persons, a representative from CIB and other entities who will go there and speak to persons on domestic violence, as well as to speak to them on how to prevent the basic types of crimes, someone said. Recent intervention programs were held at the nearby Sunrise Health Center and Constant Spring Tax Office. The St. Andrew North Police Division has seen a 25% year-on-year decrease in shootings up to November 27, with 48 incidents recorded since January 1, compared with 64 for the corresponding period in 2020. Homicides in the division have also fallen by 20.7%, with 46 shootings up to last Saturday, compared with 58 last year. Vendors in fear. Vendors who trade in and around Coronation Market in downtown Kingston are fearful, and even more as the Christmas season approaches. According to the vendors, because of gang feuds, many of them have had to take cover under stalls, while shoppers have been forced to scamper to safety as feuding gangsters trade bullets in the city's normal busy commercial district. The Kingston Western Police have reassured the fearful vendors that violent crime will not be cause for worry this season, as they'll be increasing security with assistance from the Jamaica Defence Force, JDF, and the Transport Authority. The frustrated vendors said that the tension started in September this year after 3 people were murdered in a week. Just before 8 a.m. on September 10, 2 men, 28-year-old Akeem Wilson and 41-year-old Kevin Mitchell, were murdered on Darling Street, meters away from the entrance of the market in a drive-by shooting. Hours later, a male vendor was shot multiple times in West Parade. 6 days prior, a male vendor was shot inside the market. The Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, which confirmed the shooting, said the victim was hospitalized in serious condition. We don't just need security at Christmas time. We have a lot of things going on at the market that make coming out to earn with honest bread look small. If me never have family that depend upon me, would I give up the market? It is that bad in here, one vendor said. Another added, to be honest, we see the police around the market area a lot, especially since week. Me see them especially upon Darling Street, so me know that them working. The issue is the youths who mash up the place and mash up business. The entire year hard because enough people afraid of town. Me no want that again at Dilko Christmas, a third vendor said. A regular thing for when Christmas time reach, the boy them just ride upon them bicycle and tell you to empty your bag. Empty your bag of money. That is market fear. Enough time my shop get robbed and me start from scratch. Some of them love it if me see more police in the place with us. Senior Superintendent of Police Michael Phipps, commanding officer for the Kingston Western Police Division, said the vendors and shoppers can expect just that. Phipps said that with Christmas fast approaching, increased activities within the market district are expected and will be tackled head-on. We'll have to increase our numbers, and we do this with the shoppers and vendors and the general transient population alike. We want to allow for them to traverse the space in a much safer way. The operational activities that we'll be embarking on will be geared mainly towards preventing especially violent crimes and property crimes. We don't want no shootings and no murders, and we don't want nobody being robbed, he said. Phipps added that public order is also important in achieving this. We want to know that the sidewalks and so on are not overrun by persons who do vending in the streets and so on. We want to know that persons will be able to walk in peace and no improper parking and such. Despite reassurance from Phipps, one vendor remained adamant that more needs to be done. The vendor, who lost her brother to violence in the area last March, said that vendors and shoppers alike have been operating in fear for the longest while. She said, despite police presence, criminals sometimes do not falter in launching their attacks. Her brother, 52-year-old Owen Coleman of Kellett's, Clarendon, was a vendor Coronation Market for more than 30 years. His body was found with the head bashed in inside the market on Friday, March 26, about 4:30 a.m. Me see him the night before. Him walk right past me. Owen did I walk up and down and I buy goods to sell. Him sell off him carry from country and did I buy back goods to sell. And people tell me that them see him early that man at the market. And somebody call me and tell me what happened. Me have to just go and work with what go on. Me have to just do what me have to do, she said. The father of a 14-year-old boy, Coleman, was discovered in a pool of blood. The CCU said an investigation is ongoing surrounding the circumstances of Coleman's death. His sister added, him come and him sell at the market. Him sell pop chow, lettuce, cabbage and all that. Him have a stall right beside me. A farm in him do a country. Him have him farm a Clarendon. And him growing goods and him come and market pan weekend can sell. Him normally sell off and go back home pan Saturday. As at November 27, a total of 101 people have been murdered in the Kingston Western Division, a 14.8% increase over the same period last year. There's also been a 5% increase in shootings, with 106 recorded since the start of the year. 12 people killed in motor vehicle crashes in the past week. According to statistics provided by the Road Safety Unit RSU, a dozen individuals died from injuries they sustained in motor vehicle accidents between November 27 and December 3. A 16-year-old female, a 17-year-old male, and a 69-year-old male are among the 12 dead. A total of 9 accidents occurred in the parishes of St. Mary, St. Andrew, St. James, St. Elizabeth, St. Anne, and Westmoreland. St. Mary recorded the most road fatalities, with 4 individuals having lost their lives in the parish over the 7-day period. St. Elizabeth was next with 2 deaths. The RSU continues to appeal to motorists to reduce their speed on the country's roads. The unit reports that since the start of the year, a total of 432 people have been killed as a result of traffic crashes. Statistics from the unit also highlight that motorcycle fatalities represented the majority of road users' deaths on the network at 34%, followed by pedestrians and private motorcar drivers, both at 19%, and the passengers in private motor cars at 20%. Vulnerable road users, including motorcyclists, pedestrians, and pillions, account for 61% of fatalities. Deidre Hudson Sinclair, acting director of the Road Safety Unit in the Ministry of Transport, noted that the increasing fatalities are a worrying trend and is appealing to the nation to use the road with caution, especially with the peak holiday season fast approaching. Attorney urges BOJ regulators to reconsider rescinding of Alliance's license. The attorney for Alliance Financial Services Limited, AFSL, Queen's Counsel Tom Tavares Vinson, is urging regulators of the financial system and the Bank of Jamaica BOJ to reconsider the decision to immediately pull the plug on AFSL's license to operate as a cambio and remittance business. The fact of the matter is my clients have been working with BOJ for some time to resolve matters which are known in the public domain. The BOJ was fully aware of the concerns about some transactions, which date as far back as 2009, and they were also fully in the know about steps taken to address the concerns. Therefore, the sudden license suspension and the move to effectively severely restrict Alliance's ability to conduct business is a bit curious, Tavares Vinson said in a statement on Saturday. I am really calling for the BOJ and the regulators of the financial sector to reconsider its decision to restrict Alliance from performing its core business, even as dialogue continues about how to treat with concerns about alleged historic breaches across the sector. Additionally, there has to be some presumption of innocence here. That's a tried principle, which should inform actions in relation to this and any legal matter where allegations are made, the attorney added. The call from Tavares Finson comes as a major fallout appears to be looming in the financial sector following the decision to immediately suspend Alliance's license. The decision means there's uncertainty about the jobs of nearly 500 employees of Alliance's MoneyGram agents across the island. Nearly 70 of Alliance's employees are also uneasy following the decision by the BOJ to prohibit the company carrying out some of its key business activities. AFSL was yesterday suspended from operating as a Cambion remittance business effective immediately. According to the BOJ, in a statement yesterday, it has also revoked AFSL's authorization to operate in the BOJ FinTech regulatory sandbox. The BOJ says the actions become necessary given the charges laid on the company by the Financial Investigations Division, FID. 52 new COVID cases in Jamaica, one more death reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 52 new COVID-19 cases and one death on Friday, December 3, bringing the infection total to 91,421 and total deaths to 2,407. The new cases comprise 34 females and 17 males, with ages ranging from 10 months to 95 years. One case is under investigation. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 22, St. James 14, Clarendon 6, St. Anne 3, Manchester and St. Catherine 2 each, St. Elizabeth 1, St. Thomas 1, and Westmoreland 1. There is a 70-year-old female from St. Thomas. In the meantime, 77 more people recovered in the last 24 hours, bringing total recoveries to 62,824. Currently, 126 people are hospitalized, 17 of which are severely ill, while 9 are critically ill and 17 are moderately ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.